Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be answering the question, is Balboa Park worth the hype? The short answer is definitely yes. Today I'll tell you why Balboa Park is a can't miss when visiting San Diego, how to get the most out of your visit to Balboa Park, and how to enjoy the park like a local. Today we'll cover the best times to go to beat the crowds, must see and do, and the best places to eat in the park. And as a bonus, I'll share with you a couple of spots that I found for parking when you can't find parking anywhere else. Stick with me to the end and I'll share a couple of my favorite hidden gems that most tourists and visitors don't get to see when they come to Balboa Park. Balboa Park is bigger than New York City's Central Park. It's 1,200 acres of beautiful gardens, museums, walking trails, hiking paths, and protected forests and green spaces. On any given day, you'll find vendors, entertainers, musicians all over the park. It's a great place to take the family just to enjoy some chill time. I love to go myself and take a picnic, find some green space, a little bit of shade, and enjoy an afternoon. This is normally where I would set out a picnic. Looks like somebody else has the same idea. They're out there with their blanket laid out. I brought my blanket, so after I find some place to get something to eat, I'll throw down my blanket and come out here and enjoy. There's 16 or 17 museums in the park. My favorites are the Museum of Us, formerly the Museum of Man, the San Diego Art Museum, the Timken Museum, which is free every day, and the Botanical Building, which technically isn't exactly a museum, but I think they count it as one of the museums. It's also free to get in every day. I think it's closed, however, on Wednesdays. So plan accordingly if you really want to see the Botanical Building. That building is actually the most famous, or one of the most famous spots in all of San Diego. It's certainly one of the most photographed spots in all of San Diego. So when you come to the park, make sure you line up to get your picture in front of that building. The building is fronted by a lily pond with all sorts of beautiful blooming water lilies, ducks, and koi fish. It's a fun place to spend a couple of hours. There's multiple performing arts venues, including the Old Globe Theatre, which is actually an exact replica of the Old Globe in London. You can always catch a good play there. I think Hair is being performed there this summer, and every year in the winter for Christmas, they always perform How the Grinch Stole Christmas. There are multiple cultural centers. There's also multiple beautiful gardens throughout the entire park. My favorite being the Cactus Garden. And that happens to be one of those places that people don't see a whole lot. It's not very big and it's off to itself. It's actually across the street from the San Diego Zoo. So if you get a chance to spend a little time there, it's a unique, beautiful, fun place to hang out. My other favorite garden is the Japanese Friendship Garden. That garden isn't free. There is a cost to get in. I believe it's about $10 a person, but it's well worth the price. It's so beautiful and it's peaceful. It's a great place to go and spend time relaxing. They have beautiful waterfalls. They have a flowing pond that goes through the entire park. They also have a giant Buddha that you can sit with and meditate. They offer classes, exhibits. They have their own little gift shop that's really cute. Another must-see when visiting San Diego is definitely to come to the San Diego Zoo. A lot of people don't realize that the San Diego Zoo is actually part of Balboa Park. San Diego Zoo is world famous and it's been voted the #1 zoo in the world. But one thing I would say is definitely don't plan to do the zoo and the rest of the park all in one day. It's just too big. You really could spend an entire day just at the zoo. And really, I think to visit the park more like a local, you need a day or two just for the park. But I would definitely recommend at least 2 days if you plan to do both the zoo and the rest of the park. So next I'm going to tell you about my favorite places to eat in the park. #1 favorite being the Panama 66. It's actually inside of the San Diego Museum of Art Sculpture Garden, and they have all kinds of craft beers, cocktails, and a variety of different food items on the menu to try. They have great live music. They also do a lot of private events, lots of weddings and corporate type events happen there. So if you want to go and experience that particular restaurant, make sure you check the website. They tell you which days they have events going on and when they're not open to the public. Another one of my favorite places to eat in the park is the Prado restaurant. That one's in the same building as the visitor center. It's got a nice environment, a nice vibe, lots of outdoor seating, very pretty environment. They have mostly American cuisine. They also offer happy hour specials. And on Tuesdays, they do a special for couples where you can get 2 entrees, a bottle of wine, and 2 appetizers, all for about $50. Not a bad deal. Now, I'm not a vegetarian, but if you are, check out the World Beat Center. They have an entirely vegan menu and everything on the menu is $10 or less. So it's a good place to try out, and the World Beat Center is kind of a cool place to walk around and take a look at also. Now on to when is the best time to go. I'm going to tell you guys, the weekends I try to avoid the park at all costs. It's so crowded with people. Parking is nearly impossible on a Saturday afternoon or even a Sunday afternoon, that I just tend not to go during that time. I try to go as much as possible during the week. if I can. But sometimes I will go on the weekend, but I would just suggest if you go on the weekend, come early. Get there before 10, 11 o'clock in the morning if you want to find parking. If you're gonna be there, if you gotta come on the weekend only, I would say, I'll tell you a couple of places where you can try parking. And usually it's pretty good. 9 times out of 10, I can find a spot unless there's a big event going on. If you come in from the 6th Street side, there's parking on 6th Street, and there's a little side street that runs alongside 6th Street. There's Park, 6th Street, and more Park. There's parking spaces along there that usually it's more of a local kind of an area. It's the place where mostly tourists are not going. So usually you can find some parking there. Also down by MARSTON House, way down on Upas and 6th Street, there's a street that runs along there that has usually got open parking spots. So try there, especially if you plan on doing some walking or hiking. It's a little bit away from the main part of the park. You're gonna have to walk about a mile in, but it's beautiful. Beautiful walking trails, lots of places to throw out a blanket and have a picnic on that side of the park. And if you're over there and you park down on that end, definitely check out the MARSTON House. It's a beautiful craftsman style home from like the 1800s. That's absolutely gorgeous, and they have some pretty gardens down there too. So check that out for parking on that side. If you're on the opposite side of the park and you're down by Park Boulevard, that's the other place you can try finding parking. It's on the same side as the zoo, and if you park down on that end, it's not nearly as far of a walk to come into the park, but sometimes it's a little more difficult to find parking on that side for that reason, because it's so close to the zoo. If you can avoid coming on the weekend, avoid it. But if you can't, come on. And I would say if you don't want to risk it with parking, just Uber it. So if you made it this far, thank you, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell notification. So now a couple of quick little extras. If you're coming to the park with little kids, there are a couple of places they're going to absolutely love, but they're kind of hidden. A lot of people don't even know that they're there. There is a carousel for kids that's about, I think it's about 100 years old. It's closed right now because of COVID, but it's hopefully going to be opening up soon. Another really great, cute little secret spot that a lot of people don't know is there is a choo-choo train for the little kids. That's also directly across from the zoo. So if you have time after the zoo or before you go in, stop in there. It's a great little place to hang out with the kids for a little while. My other favorite hidden gem in the park is the Spanish Arts Village. Definitely another one of my favorite spots. We're in the Spanish Village. There's tons of art galleries and a couple of little cafes. Definitely one of the hidden gems here in San Diego. The best part about it is the ground. Everything is painted in bright, colorful, multicolor. Kids love it. It's a great place to go and do some photography, take pictures of the kids running around over there. Definitely highly recommend if you get a chance to stop in, spend a little bit of time over in the Spanish Arts Village. Well worth it. So that's it, guys. Those are my tips for how to come and enjoy Balboa Park like a local. Definitely, it's worth the visit. So let me know in the comments if you've been to Balboa Park, if you have some secret spots that you want to share, let me know down in the comments. Thanks, guys. See you in the next video.